I have none other than Brooklyn Bureau President Eric Adams with me here today. Such an enormous thrill from New York City. Eric, thanks for being with me. You know, we talked about leading by example, and you think, oh my gosh, if someone's going to have a healthy meal, it's got to be a hospital. But of course, that was not always the case. Did you find any resistance in the hospitals filled with doctors that maybe there should be better food?
Yes, we do. And I don't believe it's because health professionals are bad people. They have good hearts. They want to save lives. It's unfortunate that we have a medical system that is built on sick care and not health care. We treat symptoms and not underlying causes, and we have to turn that around. We have partnered with one of our educational institution, Downstate Hospital, to push this agenda. But there's a lot of reluctancy. But I think COVID-19 is really forcing people to look at this term that we're calling pre-existing condition. Those are chronic diseases. We're spending 80 cents on a dollar for chronic diseases in this country, where over 30 million Americans are diabetic, 84 million are pre-diabetic. We're just in a bad state. And know what? It's not sustainable. We are forced to change our directions on how we're dealing with healthcare and make sure that it's wellness and not illness.
Absolutely. We need to go to the source of the problem and fix that, and not just keep treating the byproduct of being sick. So we are in uncertain and strange times, and you have taken that opportunity to use your voice. Would you be kind enough to tell us what really are the important qualifications for a leader, and is that any different in uncertain times?
No, that is an amazing question, and there is a different requirement for a leader in uncertain times than certain times. I believe in uncertain times, not only must you be of a substantive nature, but you also need the necessary symbolism. When you are fighting the battles that are in front of us, you must lead your troops into battles. A good general would not send his or her troops into battles and ask how was the war. They will be leading them in. And that is, leadership is important. Leadership is important around many areas. As we talk about health, one of the areas, it's a challenging conversation, but we must be aggressive enough to turn around the healthcare crisis that we're facing. What do we do to our planet? Not only is our eating habits and the way we grow and produce food is actually hurting our mothers, but it's hurting Mother Nature. And these are these issues that are really going to impact what are we going to become as a planet? And how do we live among each other in the diverse environments that we're in to ensure that we properly manage our assets and have a fair and equitable distribution of its resources. Right now, we're not doing that. And that is the type of leadership that we need in our cities across America. The national leadership across the globe has failed. And it's going to take local grassroots leaders to really put their cities, their villages, their towns back in order. And it's a cross section of coming together in order to accomplish this task. And I think those are the traits we're going to need for our leaders: to communicate, to be compassionate, to be almost stoic in nature, and our ability to understand and remain poised under fire. We see what happened here with this pandemic. It is only the beginning. It's unfortunate that because of the overuse of antibiotics, we're going to see various strains of superbugs. The science is showing that our new norm is, unfortunately, is going to be wearing a face covering and plastic gloves. And if we don't change our direction, we're not going to have a planet to leave for our children. And I'm not going to sit back and watch that happen.
I love that you say that. Thank you for your leadership. I'll call on corporations to do the same thing. They too play an amazing role here. And I call on corporations to start shifting their product lines from animal-based products to plant-based products. It might require a little bit of investment up front, but together we can make that shift, and our planet and future and our children's future really depends on it. And I won't stop there. I'll say that every individual has a voice. So don't wait for politicians and other people to figure it out, folks. You vote 3 times a day every time you use your dollars to buy plant-based food. And then when you couple that with your voice and you say to your leaders that you want change, you're going to really see things move. When you put your values behind your dollars, you're really going to see things change. So